A company operates two investment projects, C and D. The expected cash flows are as follows. Okay, so basically, we're deciding which project we want to invest in. Okay, this project C. Okay, when you invest in project C, in year one you get a 1,000, year two 700 kwacha, year three 500 kwacha. If you go with project D, in year one you get 500 kwacha, year two 1,100 kwacha, year three 800 kwacha. Suppose the initial cost of each project is 2,000 kwacha. The cost of capital is 12%. Cost of capital we just mean the cost of borrowing. This can be the interest rate. You got a loan and the interest rate is 12%. Okay. Because to invest maybe in these projects, you need to get a loan. Okay. And the interest rate for that loan is 12%. Okay. So calculate the net present value of project C and D and determine which project is the better option. So this NPV means the net present value. Okay. This is a technique used in investment decisions by businesses. Okay. When a business wants to invest in certain various investments, it can use this technique called the net present value technique. Now, what happens with the net present value technique is this money you're going to be receiving in the future, you're just going to convert it into today's value. Then when you convert that money in the future into today's value, you are going to compare it against the cost. Okay? You're going to compare it against the cost. So if your net present value is negative, meaning the cost of the project is more than what you're going to make out of the project, you reject the project. If your net present value is positive, it means the expected cash flows from the project are going to be greater than the cost of the project. You accept. So this is how we're going to do it. If you want, you can make a table. If you want, you can just solve it using the present value formula. Okay, so you have your year, you have your cash flows. I'll put it as CF here, cash flows. Then you have your discount factor. So our discount factor is at 12%. As I told you, colleagues, discounting just means converting money in the future to today's value. And then your final column, you have your net present value. So as I said, we are using the present value formula. Okay, remember the present value formula? It is your future value multiplied by 1 plus R. R is your discount rate in this case, to the power negative T. So our future values are coming from the cash flows. And our discount factor is this 1 plus R to the power negative T. Since our discount rate is 12%, so here R, you substitute it with 0.12. 1 plus 0.12, you get 1.12. Okay, so our discount factor is going to be 1.12. Okay, then these t's we just represent each year. Okay, whatever year you're in, that will be the value of t. So we put in our years. Year 0, this is when you are paying for the investment. The cost of the investment, negative 2,000. Colleagues, why are we putting it as a negative? Why are we representing it as negative? Because it's money coming out of our pockets, okay? We are paying it out of our pockets, and then these are positive because it's money coming into our pockets, okay? Year 0 is the first day of year 1, okay? Yes. So we come to our discount factors. In year 0, it's 1.12 to the power negative 0. Remember, anything to the power 0 is always 1. So in year 0, your discount factor is always going to be 1. So net present value, cash, cash flow, negative 2,000 times discount factor 1. Net present value is negative 2,000. Any questions, colleagues, before I go to the next part? Any questions? Hmm. You don't believe me? If money, mm, it- it's a cash outflow. Okay. Remember, an outflow is negative, an inflow is positive. Okay. Yes. Year 1.12 to the power negative 1, you get 0.98. 0.98. So our net present value, you're going to say 1,000 times 0.98. What do we get? Or 89. Ish. Okay, 89. Yeah, 89. So 1,000 times 0.89. Believe it's 8. 1.12 to the power negative 1. Wasn't it you who just said you found it just now? No. Oh, so now I'm getting surprised. You have told me I found this. Now you're asking. Colleagues. uh, uh. Okay, then we go to year 2. Okay. Year 2, 1.12 to the power negative 2, 0.79. Okay, I'm just rounding off to 2 decimal places. 700 times 0.79. 553. Year 3, 1.12 to the power negative 3, you get 0.7117, but I just set it to 2 decimal places so we can end on 0.71. So 500 times 0.71. Yes. So what we do now is we just add the net present values, okay? So let's do it together. Let's get our calculators. You say negative 2000 plus 890 plus 553 plus 355. Are we all getting negative 202? Yes. So for this project, since the NPV is negative, you reject. Okay, you say no, we are not going to invest in this project. Okay, because the negative net present value, so like it's representing a loss. Okay, it's representing a loss to you.